I told my husband that we should get a divorce so he can marry his late wife Tombstone. I, 35, married my husband, 37, 10 years ago. Prior to our relationship, he had been married for 2 years to L, 22F. Sadly, she passed away because of ongoing health issues. I met my husband 5 years after her passing. At the beginning of our relationship, I had some issues with his romantic history. To put it bluntly, I was having trouble accepting my husband's past, and that he did not stop loving his late wife, but was forced to do so. I went to therapy for a year to treat that, and I managed to overcome this issue. My husband knows this and was very supporting of me and the treatment. I now like to say that Elle and I would have been best friends. The issue, after 10 years of marriage, we have been having a lot of arguments derived from bad communication. We just seem to blow off to everything out of proportion. About 3 months ago, every time we had an argument, he took the car and went away for hours. When I asked where he went, he told me that he went to see her, Elle. Now this is very weird from him, because he, at best, visits Elle's grave 3 times a year. I then asked him to not run away every time we fight, and to please tell me when he goes to the cemetery so we can go together. He just brushed me off. He has been doing this for months now, and it is destroying me. The feelings I fought the first year of our relationship are coming back. I am sad all the time. I cry at night. But my husband just keeps going away for hours. At this point, I think he is doing it out of spite more than anything else. Yesterday, I reached my limit. We fought over freaking trash. That's how petty our arguments are. He took the car at 4 p.m., returned at 11 p.m. I was waiting for him in the dining room. The combo went like this. Me. Where were you? HB. I visited her again. Me. I've told you multiple times about how your actions hurt me, and you continue to do them. HB. You can't stop me from going. Me. Well, we can get a divorce. That way you can marry Elle's tombstone, being that you care more about it than our marriage. I could see the shock in his face when I said that. I apologized immediately, but I think he did not hear me. I saw how he started crying. He's been locked in his office since yesterday and refuses to get out. I feel like the biggest AH ever. What I said was a low blow and something horrible. I attacked him where I knew he was going to hurt. But at the same time, a part of me thinks that what he is feeling right now is just a fraction of what he has put me through for months. I literally made a vow to Elle the day I got engaged. I told her, you can take care of him from heaven, and I will take care of him here on earth. I broke that vow. Is there any way I can salvage this relationship? Edit. A Redditor told me to put this in the post. 3 months ago, we found out that I am pregnant, after 8 years of trying. He has been visibly stressed out and reactive since the discovery, even though we both wished for a baby. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Update. Before the update, I wanted to clarify something. I was only jealous of Elle in the first year of our relationship. But as I said, I worked through it in therapy. Throughout my relationship with my husband, I've hosted dinners in her honor, ordered embellishments for her grave, pushed my husband to reconnect with his former in-laws, and I even placed her in my altar of Dia de Muertos alongside my family members. I consider her a friend, even if I never met her. The update. We agreed on temporary separation, since we still don't know how we are going to co-parent and stuff like that. Shortly after my post, he came out of his office. I made us both dinners, and we talked, for what it feels like the first time in months. First, I apologized, but I told him that the point still stands. I then asked him if he truly goes and sits at her grave for hours. He said that he does not. Turns out that he sits at her grave for an hour at max, and then goes on a tour around the city, visiting their favorite places. He goes to restaurants and asks for her favorite dishes, drives around her favorite spots in the city. I then asked her why. Why was he doing it now that we found out I was pregnant after so much trying? He said that he could not avoid thinking about what it would have been to raise a child with Elle, and about how many things he missed experiencing with her. He did say that he did not regret our relationship, which makes it better, I guess. I also asked him if I failed him in any way. Was I a bad wife? A bad friend? Did I fail to fulfill his needs? He said that I just wasn't her. Honestly, I think I'd rather have someone punch me than him telling me that. Finally, I asked him when he was starting therapy. He responded that very soon because he wanted to be a good father. I said fine, because I don't want someone around my child who grieves an imaginary child and an imaginary life when he has a living and breathing family. That's all, I think. He moved out to his parents' house the same night. Her mother did call me to tell me that she and my Phil chewed him out for what he did. I thanked them, and told them that I am still very interested in them having a relation with my child, and they should not pay for their son's mistake. I also visited Elle. I apologize for breaking my vow, but I hope that she can watch over husband and to help him throughout his therapy. I want to thank everyone who helped me realize my mistakes and how I was neglecting myself. You were all very helpful, and I owe you all a lot. Final update. Hello. It's me. Again. Since my last post, a lot has happened. I gave birth to my son a bit over a month ago. He is the most beautiful baby ever. I love him more than anything. I've also been going to therapy, and it has been great. Overall, life is kind of dreamy right now, and doesn't seem real. Anyways, since everyone here was so helpful last time, I figured I would ask you for advice in this situation. After our separation, my husband started therapy. He was diagnosed with depression and is on meds. He also started to attend a grief support group. Since all of this happened, he's changed so much, it's like he's a different person. During all of my pregnancy, he's been so supportive, helpful, and respectful of my boundaries. He is also very apologetic and has asked for forgiveness for everything that he put me through this last year. Like, he made a list of every way he failed me and apologized for each one of those things. I've also attended various of his therapy sessions, apart from marital counseling. That helped me understand the immense grief he's been carrying, apart from his own mental health issues, and how all of it became exacerbated with the arrival of our baby. The last 3 months of my pregnancy were pretty bad. The doctor advised me to move as little as possible. My husband offered to be my live-in nurse, and I accepted. So, we have been living together for the past 4 months. Of course, we don't sleep in the same room or anything like that. He's been so great to me. We've had so many amazing conversations, and we just work wonderfully together. I feel like I regained my husband, that the person I married is here again. After putting the baby to sleep yesterday, we had a conversation. He told me that he thinks he is ready to rekindle our relationship and asked me for a second chance. He told me that he will do anything he can to deserve a second chance. I honestly don't know what to do. Like this past year, I watched him try to better himself and succeed at it. He's also been so kind to me and is great with our son. But I also know that he is in a pretty vulnerable state right now, and I really don't know if I would be able to pick up our relationship where it ended. I don't know what to do. Should I give it a try? Comment. This one is all around awful. Grief can do horrible things to a person. If there is one thing I hope posts like this do, it's to normalize therapy. I have gone to therapy to work through issues and better myself. Mental health is vital, and if you suppress trauma for a decade or so, it will come back to manifest itself in weird ways. I hope OPP, her co-parent, and their child are happy and healthy even if they don't end up together. We have come to the end of our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Tell us what you think about this story in the comments.